This is As hosted by RJ Ledesma, and we are doing another trending talk with a good friend of mine, Princess Fernandez. Princess, thanks so much for having us here at your shop, the Yin and Yang Shop of Harmony, which you can find here in New World Hotel, Makati.
Yes.
So this time it's going to be the year of the Earth Dog. And for people who might not be too aware, we celebrate Chinese New Year on February 16.
First day of the Chinese New Year, but we usually celebrate the Eve, where we welcome in the Chinese New Year with a lot of celebrations, noise, and merry music.
That's right. How exactly do you build that expertise in Feng Shui?
You know, it's a lifelong process of learning. I started in 1997 under the great master Paul Lau. We were thinking, why don't we make Chinese New Year a more fun, open celebration that not even the non-Chinese can also participate with and attend. We were thinking, let's give that option to the other people who don't know what to do for Chinese New Year, but we can all celebrate together.
That's right,
So that's how we started in 1998.
You're actually a management engineering graduate from Ateneo who went into Feng Shui.
I know.
Yeah, so how did that happen?
It's actually a funny way, I think, of describing of how destiny can sometimes really throw a monkey wrench into your plans.
I know.
And then Paul Lau came in. He's a good friend of my mom.
Okay.
So at that time, I actually didn't believe in Feng Shui.
Okay.
Would you believe? I thought, you know, it's some bunch of mumbo jumbo. Okay. So he visited our factory, our house, and everything. And little by little, things really started to turn around for the better. The year after, I said, I'll come along. I want to see, you know, what's the logic behind all of this. Suffice to say, I never became a banker.
What's a day in the life like for you?
I like reading philosophy books.
Really,
Because sometimes it helps in the consultation that when you see like there's something that's potential in a person's chart, it helps like if I tell them what the sayings are of Confucius to help them relate or help them better remember.
For people naman getting into Feng Shui for the first time, ways that we view Feng Shui from popular culture. And one of the things that people understand from Feng Shui is basically that, you know, you've got to put a lot of mirrors around your house, and that's Feng Shui for them, that you're trying to bring good luck. Is that what Feng Shui is about for people?
Feng Shui, in the very basic definition of it, is about the energies that surround us.
Okay.
If you go with the flow of the water, it's faster to get to the end or to your goal. If you go against the flow, it doesn't mean you won't reach your goal, but you're going to be more tired, and it's going to take more effort. There are those who want to think out of the box. They try to challenge like the energies of the year and say, no, I'm going to do it. I don't discourage them. I just tell them to manage their expectations also. It's like, for example, if you know your luck isn't that rosy this incoming year, does that mean you just sit down and not do anything? No, but you have to be aware that, yes, you're going to be going against the flow of the energy. Then that means that you put in more effort and manage your expectations. Is
it pop culture Feng Shui to say, okay, I gotta put this mirror over here? I mean, because people think that that's gonna help them out in the house.
But they have to understand, now what works for somebody else might not necessarily work for them.
So I can buy one of those mirrors and say, you know, I put it in my house, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna work for me. It might work for him, but...
Yes, exactly. And then people have to be very, very careful with the use of mirrors. Because what do mirrors do? It doubles. It reflects. So you have to make sure that you reflect or you double the good energy. If you're not well guided and you put it in a negative place or a place that has negative energy, then you run the risk of doubling the negative energy there. So I always tell people, let's say you don't know. I would rather you don't than you put something.
Does it also have to do with the idea that, you know, sometimes people think that for Feng Shui, it's like, well, for some people, it's like how to arrange the furniture in my house or where to put the door in my house. Is that Feng Shui?
That's also part of it. It's not the entire thing, but yes, it's part of it. Why? Because the way your furniture is arranged, well, it's not the furniture per se. It's the flow of the people around the furniture. Because you're the one who directs the energy flow, or if you have pets at home. So if you arrange your furniture in a certain way, then that means you're not going to walk through this area. You're going to be walking here. You're going to be walking there.
So it's directing the flow of the people in the area.
In Feng Shui, there are two sides to it. The timing and the physical arrangement. The physical arrangement is what we see. Like the door is here. Obviously, you don't put a couch here. You know, little things like that. And then the timing or the energy, the unseen side, are the directions. When you know where the directions are, then you can also see for the year, because every year the energies change. Life is dynamic.
So it's not constant
never
every. Okay.
Stagnates.
Okay.
So you have to also check, based on certain directions, where will the good energies be coming in from? And that's the areas of your home that you motivate. This area has not very good energy, and that's the areas that you try to keep quiet and not motivate too much.
So every year you might have to just change the direction of the furniture or the flow in the house so that it meets whatever is in store for the year.
If it's possible,
If it's possible.
Yes.
People also seem to relate Feng Shui to, let's say, your Chinese zodiac sign.
You know, your zodiac animal is not Feng Shui.
It's not.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Just bundle it off my Feng Shui, you know.
Okay.
When you talk about your zodiac sign, that's your birthday. That's part of who you are, your birth chart. What we would call your destiny or your luck. There are 5 things to consider when you talk about a person's path in life or their potential. First is your destiny, and your second is your luck. And these are based on your birthday. That's not Feng Shui. The local Chinese would call it their Whatís, or in Mandarin, your Patsu. Why is it called your Patsu? It's because it consists of 8 characters. So you have your year, your month, your day, and your time.
Okay.
So you have the animals that are associated with these
each one. Okay.
And then you have the elements that are associated with each one.
Okay.
So that's why 8.
Okay.
Feng Shui is actually number 3. Even if I'm a Feng Shui practitioner, I don't say that the Feng Shui is the number 1. It's first your luck and your destiny. Then Feng Shui is your surroundings. Number 4 is your kind heart, charity. Because even if, let's say, these 3 are not as good, if you are able to do charity and do more good, then it will help alleviate the pressure of these 3. And last, of course, is education. Because if you have more knowledge, to study things, then it's easier to get ahead. Ideal situation, we'd like your destiny and luck to be in a good place.
Okay.
And that one we cannot change because it's based on your birthday. So I said I always tell people, the best scenario would be if your destiny and luck are good and you have good Feng Shui.
Okay.
That's like the best scenario that we'd like to have.
So there are 4 elements there, right? You're playing with. Okay.
Now, but of course we can't help it. There will really be, life is a cycle. There will really be years when your luck will dip a little bit. Then all the more, and we can't change that. We can just minimize it and be careful, but we can't really change it.
Okay.
So that's when all the more they have to focus on having a good Feng Shui arrangement in their home or in their workplace.
I see.
Because then the Feng Shui somehow will help bring better energies in and help minimize or at least lessen the pressure that their personal luck brings.
I see. How can they tell that, hopefully, that the person that they're going to in terms of Feng Shui is somebody who is perhaps leading them on giving them the right counsel when it comes to Feng Shui, or if this is just somebody who's who just wants to sell them something?
I always tell people the proof is in the pudding.
Okay.
So I can always tell you, okay, this is your potential, this is what you can do, and then if you listen, but at the end of the day, I think if they feel the effects, the positive effects of Feng Shui, of the right Feng Shui arrangement and the right guidance based on their zodiac sign, then they come back year after year and they tell me that, okay, this is how it works.
You say that is that right? There are 9 stars, right?
Yes.
There are 9 stars that we should watch out for every year.
That's the Feng Shui side.
Okay. So what do these stars do?
On the Feng Shui side, because we have the directions, north, south, east, west. So every year, there are these 9 stars that fly around the different directions.
And these are actual stars out there in the heavens?
We call it, stars, it's a very loose name.
Okay.
It's the energy flow.
Oh, okay, energy flow, okay.
Yeah. And in the ancient times, maybe 4,000 years ago, when Feng Shui was first used or documented, the ancient Chinese gave them names. They called them stars, like the disaster star, the romance star, to better understand or label these energies. They're actually energies. So, like for this year, this coming year of the Earth Dog, it's the north direction that people have to be very careful about. Why? Because it's the effect of the disaster star hitting that direction. This Earth Dog here, there are certain directions that we would say have unfavorable energies hitting it.
Okay.
And that would be the north, the west, and the northeast. So if you already know that these directions are not so good, don't motivate it and keep it quiet. How do you keep it quiet? Don't do any renovation there. Don't break ground or don't keep on moving in and out or using that room often.
Okay.
If you understand that, okay, these are the areas that are affected by the negative energies of the year, then you also do your part, or that's where the human factor comes in. Then you also try to minimize its effect on you. And be aware. Let's say, for example, you say your main door is facing northeast. You can't help it. That's your main door. Don't construct a new one.
Okay.
Because that's only going to affect you this year.
Okay.
Then you just have to be aware that, okay, my house is facing the northeast, which has the conflict star. So there's potential disagreements in this house. So what do? You be more patient.
So there's no need for people to reconstruct their house every time it's every, because that's going to be quite a costly thing for you to do.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Because when you build your house, you already build it to certain Feng Shui principles, based on certain Feng Shui principles and standards and computations that is specific to that house.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the chart of any current year. That one is like you're born in a year of the goat or year of the tiger. You'll always be that.
So the house is built in the year of the something.
Yes,
okay.
And then it will have certain characteristics that come with it. Don't move out of that house. It doesn't mean you have to move out because it's just for that year. That's where the Feng Shui cures come in.
I see.
But then you have to understand all of this first before you put a cure.
What does specifically mean, the year of the earth dog?
So when you talk about the earth dog, we have to consider first the element. The earth is yang earth, and the dog is also associated with the earth element. So these are two earth, and they're both yang earth. There's the yin and the yang. And I was saying earth is associated with the feeling of meditation. But earth is also something daunting. Whether your sign is lucky or not for the year, just think of the rewards once you reach the mountain.
It's daunting, but if you get there, panalo.
Yes.
Parang ganyan.
And then how do you do it to make it more bearable? Do it with your friends. Do it with your family. Because if you climb by yourself, it's really going to take forever and it's going to be more tiring.
I'm peeping the metal check on that one right now.
My best advice for everyone this year, regardless of your zodiac sign, go back to basics.
Go back to basics.
Your family, your core circle, your close friends, your loved ones, they're the ones who will be there with you through thick and thin. They are your support group, especially in this emotional year of the earth dog.
So time to also meditate this year. So it's a bit more to be grounded and stay with family.
If you have the chance to take a yoga class, go on a retreat, go on a recollection. Now, there will be 4 categories. The very good luck, pretty good luck, fair, and need some help. Okay. So the signs that are especially affected this year that need some help are the dragon, the dog, and the rooster.
Okay.
The year, especially once the spring comes in, which is February 4. So these 3 signs, the dragon, the rooster, and the dog, by the time February 4 comes in, they might suddenly feel like, why is there a 180-degree turn on what I'm experiencing?
Okay.
So that they don't get blindsided, these 3 signs should always have a contingency plan. They should not be too complacent, and they should always give allowance.
Okay.
Now, those signs whose luck is fair this year is the tiger and the monkey.
Okay.
Now, what should they do to make it a better year? They should really be conscious about learning something new this year.
Okay, that's me.
Yes.
Learn something new this year. Okay.
Now,
got that.
It can range from as far as really maybe taking a sabbatical and going back to school. Or it can be, if you're busy, then maybe taking short online courses. Find something in yourself, a skill, a talent, an ability that you'd like to work on, or you'd like to acquire, or you'd like to improve.
Okay.
And the results and the rewards of that added learning, that self-upgrade, you will feel not just this year, but even in the years to come. Rather than thinking of expanding or doing so many other things, focus on what you already have at the moment and see how you can expand it from there.
Okay.
Remember, Earth Dog, it's like a tree. We're just branching out rather than planting a new tree.
So as long as I put the foundation last year for that one, just grow what it is right now.
Yes. So for the tigers and the monkey, it will be good to travel because when you travel, you really learn a lot. So for the signs whose luck is pretty good this year, that's the horse, the ox, and the rat.
Okay.
They have a lot of good stars on their chart, but they also have their share of some negative stars. It would be blessed to be careful when they're driving, crossing the street, handling metal objects, traveling, because they're prone to having their pockets picked and things like that. These 3 signs have to be very careful of their personal well-being, their health.
Okay. And then finally, the people who are going to have great luck this year.
Yes, are the snake, the rabbit, the goat, and the pig.
Oh, that's my wife.
So,
right,
especially for the rabbit, because last year the rabbit kind of took a beating. Because their luck was under pressure by the rooster. So they may have had a roller coaster ride last year.
Okay.
But the good news for the rabbit is they can rest easy. Because a lot of good stars are shining on their charts this year. So they have to make the most of it.
So, kunyari, I'm married, I'm a tiger married to a rabbit.
Yes.
Can I just hang on to her then?
No, it's like this. Because you know her luck is better than yours.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're faced with a decision that you need to make, or you're unsure of how to approach a certain situation, ask for her opinion.
Oh my goodness, my wife can hear that actually right now. So, she will tell me every time I make a decision, talk to me first, because I've got the luck this year. Okay.
So
Got it,
it's
okay.
good like in a business partnership or in a marriage. It's good when the couple or the business partner's luck balance each other.
Okay.
Speaking of balance, let's say I said, the luck who's not so good as the dog, the rooster, and the dragon. But don't fret. If that's your year, you also have your month, your day, and your time. Important to look at your time animal and element. So let's say your year of the dragon, so your luck is not so good. But then your day of the rabbit or your day of the snake, then there's some balance energy that comes from your day, which will also help boost your luck. How do they know what animal sign they
Exactly,
are
for day or the time, yeah.
They just go to our webpage.
Oh, wow.
And they go to the Patio calculator there. They just put in their birthday and then...
What's the website again?
Yin and Yang Shop of Harmony.
Okay, got it. And finally for this year, what we commonly know is that you've got your the mirrors, right?
Yeah.
But these are the actual objects that you say that are specific to people for this year, is that right?
No, this is specific for the Earth Dog year.
For the Earth Dog year.
There's a lot of energy this year that has to do with the Earth. The energy of the Earth this year is that people will go back to basics and they'd like to stay home more, spend more time with their families and all. But the other side of it is that having a lot of Earth also brings with it a share of health issues.
Oh.
So that's why a lot of our cures for this year or our suggested enhancers are geared towards improving good health or attracting health luck.
Okay.
So we have this, which is the longevity peach. That's good to put in the west of the house or the west of the master's bedroom to help attract good health luck.
Okay.
This is what we call the magical ambers. Like with any crystal item, you have to see what resonates with you, what attracts you. They're all magical ambers, but then you have to see what you're specifically drawn to, because that means that your energy and the energy of this item is in sync, and it will help you. Now, this magical amber is what? It's to help relieve you of frustrations, unwanted anger.
Why you go?
Again,
okay. Okay, ganyan pala. Okay, that's what
anyway,
it is.
but
Okay.
it's like,
Yeah, okay.
and it's also to help absorb the negative energy so that it doesn't affect your day too much.
Okay.
And then this one is for those whose the luck of the home, if it's waned already or it's fading, then they can put this Kaifu brass plate, which can help somehow invigorate or like give it a boost of luck, like an adrenaline shot. Of course, for prosperity and money luck, we have the lucky pouch and the double money catcher.
Double.
Yes.
Wow.
It catches money from both directions.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I wonder how this one goes to the bathroom. Over here. That's
So
for you eating jewelry.
That's why we call it the money catcher, because it's just for the money to come in
and not get out. Ah, okay, I got it now. And then this is
our lucky pouch. It contains special elements inside to help absorb all the negative energy of the year, because like I said, this year has the potential to be a very emotional year. And whether you're even if you're keeping your emotions in check, if you're surrounded by people who are a little bit sensitive, it will tend to affect you also. So the packet inside helps absorb that negative energy. But also, you put 168 pesos to attract money luck.
Okay, para 168 yung pangalan ng 168. Okay,
because
got it.
168 means iliw pa, one road to prosperity.
Okay.
So then you keep this in your wallet and you deposit it next year, on February 5.
Okay. And finally, this guy over here.
Oh, because this is the year of the Earth Dog. So This is
And
a mascot.
any dog is
Any dog.
Any dog in the house is good.
Yep.
Does it have to be a brass dog, plastic dog, stuffed toy
Ceramic.
dog?
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, it just as long as you've
Except
got.
for the dragons and the roosters.
So those have to be hidden in the house.
If somebody who's a dragon or a rooster in the home, just make sure you don't put a dog figurine in their bedroom.
I understand you guys are celebrating your upcoming Chinese New Year here.
Yes.
For you guys here at the Yin and Yang shop. Tell us how we can participate in that one.
Oh, that will be on February 15th.
Okay.
We'll start at 10 p.m. at the Grand Hyatt at the BGC.
Okay.
So, like any celebration, it's best to be one of the first ones to be there to welcome it. It's like our December 31, where you welcome in the incoming New Year. So, Chinese New Year is February 16, but we celebrate it on February 15 at 10 p.m.
The eve,
We'll have cocktails, we'll have a wishing ceremony, and then at midnight we'll have firecrackers, the dragon dance, the lion dance, and the very important first lucky meal of the year.
First lucky, yes, I remember the lucky meal of the year. Do they have to buy? Can they buy tickets? How do they buy tickets?
Call the shop, the Yin and Yang Shop of Harmony at the New World Makati Hotel.
Okay.
And they can inquire about the tickets.
And also for people who right now have heard you and they want to say, hey, I mean, this is interesting. Princess, can you tell me a bit more about my own Feng Shui, my own luck? How do they go? How do they go about getting an appointment?
First, I have to give them an assignment. They have to draw their house, and then they also have to research on what their time of birth is.
Okay.
If they have that information, then they can call the shop and set an appointment.
Okay.
And we can do a one-on-one.
Thanks so much, Princess, for the time.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to this coming February 15 again, guys. Thanks so much.
Have a wonderful year of the Earth Dog.
You
Good
too.
luck to you and Vanessa.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much again. And this is as hosted by RJ Ledesma, and this has been Trending Talks.